Okay, hello everyone. Good afternoon. I am Kanya, and today I'm going to present some materials about the importance of reading, especially reading books. Okay, first, let's get to know about reading first by knowing the definition of reading itself. What is reading? Reading is the process of looking at a series of written symbols and getting meaning from them. And there are two types of reading, which is silent reading, which is we read in our head. And then the second one is aloud reading, which we read something so that people around us can hear us. And there are five reading materials that maybe you're familiar with, which is magazine, poetry, dictionaries, newspapers, and books. But we're not gonna be doing some in-depth research or doing some in-depth materials, but we are just going to going in depth about books. Okay, on this screen, you can see a statement which is reading equals to book equals to boring. If we simplify it, we can see that reading equals to boring. And today I am going to debunk this statement by telling you that reading is not boring and maybe you just haven't found the great reading materials that suits you best. Okay, so I am going to give you some little tips on how to find books that suits you best. First of all, you need to know what types of books do you like. Is it physical book? Is it audiobook or ebook? The first one, a physical book, is probably the type of books that you can find it easier. Like it's easy to find in your surrounding because physical book is basically a book based on papers. Yeah, like the usual book or the common books that you could find anywhere. And then the second one is audiobook, which is the type of books not maybe you're not familiar with this type of books, but in this audiobook there's going to be a narrator that going to read you words by words and tell you stories about and read you the whole book basically. So if you're somehow need a little bit of companion, you need to hear and download an audiobook to help you get through your boredom or your loneliness. And then the last one is ebook, which is basically a book in a digital form. And on this screen, you can see someone holding something's device like a phone, but it's not a phone or an iPad. It's called Kindle, which is a device specifically made for you to read ebook. And in this device, you can discover a lot of books. Yeah, and the second of all, you need to know what genres are you into. Is it fantasy? Is it literary fiction or romance? But for me, I prefer romance because they usually use easier words and they don't use heavy words that would be such a burden for you and make you hard to follow. So yeah, I prefer romance because yeah, sometimes it's cute. And as the title before, I'm going to tell you about the benefits of reading. The first one is reading helps you to increases your knowledge, which is you will get such an amazing amount of knowledge and information from books. Every books that you read will help you gain knowledge. And then the second one is you can reduce your stress and help you relax by reading books because by reading you uh, the great books could take you anywhere else in this world because you can get into a new world just by reading. So it helps you more to relieve your stresses and helps you relax. And then the third one is reading would improve your concentration and memories because reading would somehow strengthen your memory and help you to concentrate because all of your attention would be just in one book, and so it will help you to focus on one story. And then of course the fourth one, vocabulary expansion, and there's no need more explanation about that. And the last one is reading will help you to increase your imagination and creativity. And last but not least, here are some recommendations for you to get into reading, or to get you out of your reading slump. First one, the Caravel series. Basically, it's a fantasy, young adult fantasy, and it's so good. The writing style is also great. And the second one is anything written by Emily Henry. Usually, she writes about um, romance, but there are also a lot of aspects that we can dig into it more from this book. Especially, there's a lot of life lessons from her books. And last one is anything young adults. I would recommend you, if you are a beginner in reading, I suggest you to find or read some things young adult, because they usually use basic basic words that we can use in a daily basis and on our daily life. So, and usually young adults book is very fast paced, and it will intrigue you to love book more. And thank you for listening. And I think you need to keep in mind that great investment in knowledge pays the best interest. So you need to start reading books by now. Thank you for listening. Udah, Coach. Ha.